My name is Esther Martinez, and I'm a South Florida driver. I don't know that I'm totally reformed from my bad habits. I did on the way here put on eyeliner, but I was in the drive-thru of a Pollo Tropical. But then I ate half of my food while driving, but I was really hungry.
I'm a really good driver. So good that every day during my 45-minute commute from Doral to Las Olas, I can check my email, catch up on Facebook, and apply my makeup, foundation to eyeliner. I know what you're thinking. Impressive. But please, don't try any of this yourselves, because like the rest of South Florida, most of you are probably really bad drivers. Me, I once gave myself a manicure while driving. French manicure. Never did master that pedicure, though. Like a lot of my friends, I have a collection of self-portraits on my smartphone of me at the wheel. Before you get upset, please take a moment to appreciate the skill involved in driving while positioning the phone directly in front of my face, holding it steady, smiling naturally, and activating the camera. But I'm not some self-centered girl who just takes pictures of herself while driving. I also take pictures of rainbows and pretty sunsets and cool cloud formations. I don't like driving with other people in the car. They can be so judgmental. My husband always says things like, "Seriously, do you have ADD?" And "Keep your eyes on the road." And "Do you really need to take a picture of that now?" I don't know why he worries so much. I'm a defensive driver. I always use my blinkers, and I only drive in the fast lane. I like the fast lane because of those rumble strips along the left shoulder. They let me know when I'm about to go off the road. Kudos to the Florida highway system. Who says our government is broken? Now, being a good driver like me doesn't exempt you from run-ins with really bad drivers. Once, I was driving westbound on I-595 when the car to my right started to merge, not into my lane, but into my car. I put down my mascara, and I honked at the guy. Well, I obviously startled him because the car swerved right and sped up. He had a New York license plate. Then he rolled down his window and hurled a Slurpee at me. It slid down my windshield like cherry slime. He could have killed someone. This other time, I was merging from 595 onto the southbound turnpike. There are two lanes that turn into one, and I was in the right lane, the one with a metal guardrail to the right of it, and the guardrail was ending. I put on my blinker. I told you, I always use my blinker. And I sped up to merge left. Well, the woman in the car to my left sped up until she was right next to me. I slowed down. She slowed down. In less than 50 feet, I was gonna eat the guardrail. I sped up again, 25 feet, 15 feet. I was about to run out of road when she finally sped past. I hit the brakes to avoid the rail and was almost rear-ended. So I did what any reasonable person would do. I chased her down. I wove around cars to catch up on her. Then I pulled up next to her, honked until she looked over at me, and gestured for her to roll down her window. When she refused, I gave her an angry bird and yelled, "Fuck you!" Then I sped off. So she did what any reasonable person would do. She chased me down. For miles, she kept pulling up in front of me and hitting her brakes. I knew she wanted me to hit her, so I would have to pull over and she could kick my ass. I wasn't looking for a fight. I just wanted to Slurpee her. When it was over, I was so scared and upset, I actually started to cry. She could have killed someone. With tears blurring my vision, I texted my husband. I wrote, "Women are the worst drivers." A week later, I was making a slightly illegal left turn across 4 lanes and a double yellow line when another woman came barreling down Davie Boulevard and almost sliced me in half. She stopped 2 inches from my car, honking and waving her arms and screaming, "Hija de puta, desgraciado, ojalá que te estrelle." I made an apologetic face and waved at her. "I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, perdón." There wasn't much time for niceties. I had stopped right over the double yellow lines. Traffic came at me from both directions. I mouthed one last "disculpa" and sped across to the right-hand lane. The woman who had almost hit me made a U-turn across the same double yellow line. She pulled up behind me. I made a right onto Federal Highway. She made a right onto Federal Highway. When I moved to the center lane to get away, she pulled up next to me. The light turned red, and we were side by side. I was scared. I mean, who follows someone like that? The woman motioned for me to roll down my window. I waved and smiled. "No, gracias. I'm good." "Roll it down," she insisted. Thank God the light turned green. As the woman's car passed mine, I looked over and saw 3 small children in the back seat jumping around like they were having a cage match. There were no car seats, and no one was strapped in. That day stayed with me. You ever get to work and wonder how you got there? Or drive for miles and think to yourself, when's the last time I looked at the road? That's me, and I know the statistics. Distracted driving kills 12 people every day and injures more than 1,200. Maybe I'm not a good driver. Maybe I've just been lucky. I've had a few speeding tickets, but no accidents. And I admit, that's made me a little cocky. And I'm realizing cockiness is dangerous. True, that woman's kids should have been strapped in. But my illegal U-turn could have hurt them. I could have killed someone. I could have killed a child. So it's time to change gears. No more eating in the car. No more texting or emailing or Facebook or makeup or picture taking. No one wants to admit to being a bad driver, but year after year, national surveys rank Miami #1 for the worst, rudest drivers. So chances are, a lot of us are part of the problem. I am part of the problem. There, I said it. I just hope my insurance agent wasn't listening.